Welcome to Motivation at Hand, Ma. To know is to know how. The family of the sun and 14 aspects of Auset, the throne myths through the ages. Pre-dynastic Kemet, Kem, Punt, Kush, Indus Kush Egypt. Also worshipped in Pompeii, approximately 360 BC. Also known as, Ament, Ankot, goddess of land, Ankwat. Ankwat, giver of life, Auset, Aust, Eset, giver of life. Pre- and post-dynastic Egypti, Keket, goddess of harvest. Ket, light giver. Thenit, power. Methyr, Renit, goddess of food. Satis, fertility, Sheft. Usert, goddess of Tuat. Greek mythology, Hest, Isis Pharia, Selene. Canaanite mythology, Gabriel. Kabbalistical mythology, Yesod. Yoruba mythology, Umaya. Indus Kush, mythology, Jumavati. Patroness of loving wives and mothers. Goddess of the earth. Protector of the dead. In modern life, Auset's presence still does gleam. Her ancient wisdom, like a timeless dream. In daily hustle, midst the urban sprawl. We find her essence, hear her ancient call. Amidst the chaos, in the city's roar. Her loving guidance we can still implore. In every act of kindness, pure and true. Auset's spirit lives in all we do. Through screens we gaze, her stories we unfold. In books and art, her mysteries are told. Her timeless grace in every heart resides. Auset's love in modern life abides. In nature's beauty, in a helping hand. In love and empathy, we understand. Auset's legacy, a guiding star so bright. In modern moments, she's our guiding light. 1. Auset, also known as Isis. Held a position of supreme reverence among the pre-dynastic and post-dynastic Kemet, Egyptian goddesses. Her celestial symbol was the star Sept, or Sirius, the ultimate source of life. On earth, her symbol was the throne, representing the principle of earthly power. This power was transmitted to her son, Heru, granting him authority over the land of Egypt. 2. In the story of Auset and Ra. Recounted in the description of Ra. Auset emerges as both a cosmic goddess and a woman who aspired to wield terrestrial power as a magician. 3. Auset's consort was the Neter Auser, the first god to experience death and resurrection. In occult tradition, both Auset and Auser were believed to have walked the earth in human form, survivors of the cataclysms that had destroyed Atlantis, a previous civilization. In pre-synastic Kemetian, Egyptian history describes them as teachers who brought knowledge of agriculture and healing and established the first temples dedicated to the gods. Upon completing their mission, they were said to return to the stars. Auset represented the soul of Sirius, while Auser resided in Orion. 4. Auset was consistently portrayed as the loyal and loving wife of Auser. When Auser was deceived and murdered by his brother Seth, Auset searched the land for his body and pieced it back together, reviving him. Only one part was missing, the phallus. Auset, in an act of self-creation, brought forth life and gave birth to Heru, the solar principle. 5. In the form of a bird, Auset tirelessly searched for her brother's body, crying and lamenting across the face of the earth. Her relentless quest ended when she found him lifeless. With her feathers and words of power obtained from Tahuti, she awakened Auser from his helpless state, united with him, and became pregnant, ultimately giving birth to her son, Horus, in an undisclosed, secluded location. 4. Auset not only gave birth to Heru, the sun, but also resurrected the deceased Auser, symbolizing the human condition. While Auser, connected to Auset and the principle of life, remained exempt from the cycles of human death and rebirth, his association with Neptet, the principle of decay, made him mortal. Seth, representing fixation, eventually killed him. 5. Only Auset possessed the power to restore his immortality, and her son, conceived through Auser, was Heru, the reborn sun. 6. Neptet, conceived through Auser, gave birth to Anpu, a messenger and guide from the realm of the deceased. 7. Auset cared for Anpu, abandoned by his mother, and he remained her loyal companion. In the occult, Anubis, or Anpu, and Neptet are linked to the dark dwarf companion of Sirius, the dog star. Auset's devotion to Anpu and the Duat illustrated her governance over even the principle of death and decay, encompassing all principles within herself. 8. The scorpion was closely associated with Auset, serving as a guardian and protector. Its physical contractions and expansions, especially its tail, symbolize the rhythmic processes of vital functions such as breathing, sexual activity, and childbirth. During her escape from Seth to give birth to her, Auset was accompanied by 7 scorpions. 9. Tahuti was a powerful ally to Auset, assuring her that Heru would ascend to the throne of his father and avenge him, becoming the ruler of the 2 lands. Auset, in disguise, sought refuge with a local queen, but the queen, fearing the scorpions, closed her doors to her. Instead, a poor woman offered her shelter. Later, when one of the scorpions stung the queen's son, Auset returned and, through her touch and incantations, restored the child's life. 10. When Auset's own son, Heru, was bitten by a scorpion sent by Seth, Auset was overwhelmed with grief. Once again, Tahuti came to her aid, assuring her of protection and delivering a message of healing through the boat of Ra. 11. In Heru's later life as a formidable warrior, he confronted Seth to avenge his father, Auser. They engaged in a 3-day and night-long battle, but as Seth neared defeat, Auset intervened to save him. She could not allow the destruction of a fundamental principle, as it would spell the end of creation. Tahuti, with his words of power, replaced her head with that of a cow, emphasizing her cosmic nature as the Milky Way. 12. Auset's universal attributes found their way into the local goddesses across Egypt. Enumerated by Budge, some of her forms included her role in agriculture, crop growth, harvest, and her association with the destruction of Apep. Through her words of power as the personification of Sirius. She also embodied the Lady of Love, Het-Hurt, the great goddess of the Duat, Enit, the power of the flooding Nile, Setet. The mighty earth goddess, Usert, the goddess of fertility, and Jet. The goddess of the harvest, Renet, the goddess of the Duat, Ament, the hidden goddess, and the giver of life, Anket or Ankh. 13. Auset's attributes were limitless, encompassing all principles and powers, both celestial and terrestrial. 14. Auset symbolizes magical knowledge and protection. She embodies immense powers of inspiration and creativity, emphasizing the significance of honoring the female principle in all aspects of life. So let us cherish Auset's ancient lore. In every day, her wisdom we explore. In modern hearts, her love will ever bloom. Auset's presence casts a sacred, timeless gloom. Her attributes are boundless, she encompasses all principles and powers, both earthly and celestial, within her. Magical wisdom and protective abilities. Immense inspiration and creativity. Fostering life and paying homage to the feminine principle in all aspects. 5 sources. 1. Legends of the Egyptian Gods, hieroglyphic texts and translations by Budge, E. A. Wallace, Sir Ernest Alfred Wallace 1857–1934, publication date 1994. Topics: Mythology, Egyptian, text, Egyptian language, writing, hieroglyphic publisher New York, Dover Collection in Library, print disabled, Internet Archive Books. 2. The Book of Doors Divination Deck, an alchemical oracle from ancient Egypt, Athen Veggie, and Allison Davidson, Destiny Books, Rochester, Vermont, 1995. 3. Sacred Symbols of the Door, the Key to Advanced Science in the Ancient Egyptian Hieroglyphs, Laird Scranton, forward by John Anthony West, Inner Traditions, Rochester, Vermont, 2007. 4. Maya 2 Net Tear Volume 1, The Great Oracle of Tahuti and the Egyptian System of Spiritual Cultivation, Ra Nefer Amen I, Kemet Publications, Brooklyn, New York, 1990. 5. Dictionary of Ancient Deities, Patricia Turner, and Charles Russell Coulter, Oxford University Press, Oxford, New York, et al., Patricia Turner and the Estate of Charles Russell Coulter, 2000. Much appreciation to you for giving of your time with us at Motivation at Hand. To know is to know how. We trust you will come back soon.